Hi, I'm Anthony from Learning to Play the Guitar. In this video I'm going to show you how to play Mad World by Gary Jules. This fingerstyle arrangement of the tune is based on the piano part that is played in the Gary Jules version of the song. There's a few other versions obviously floating around on YouTube where people are just running through the basic chords, or they're playing the vocal melody with the bass line, which is quite cool as well. But in this version we're going to be based around trying to emulate the piano parts that are used in the Gary Jules version. So with the tune here, we're starting off using capo at fret 8 to enable us to play these easy bass fingerstyle chords. So the melody I played there at the beginning is using the intro and the chorus. Okay, so for the intro, which is also, again, as I said before, the same part used in the chorus, we were dealing with those chord shapes of A minor for the first section and D for the second part. But we're going to play them a little bit differently than just strumming the two basic chord shapes here. So first off, we have A minor bass shape, but I'm not going to use all the fingers because I don't need them. So the very first thing, and I'll have the tab up here of course you can look at, is I'm going to pluck using my thumb for the bass notes, and the other strings will be dealing with index, usually on the G, but he might move up a string onto the D string. Actually he does in a minute. So index, middle finger down here, ring finger down the bottom, but again these fingers might move around a little bit, but I'm trying to use index, middle, thumb, index, middle and ring all the way through. So the first bit is basically based around the A minor. I'm going to pluck the A string with my thumb, and then the number 1 there, I'll call it, which is the C note, I'll call it with the capo, and then with my middle finger and then the ring finger down the bottom. So we've got this little, there's an open E string down there. So there's that little bit. Then I'm actually going to, even though it is A minor, I'm going to go to a C shape, hanging onto everything there, lose the first finger, and I'm going to pluck thumb and index on these two guys. My fingers are there on 2 and 3 frets, open B string with my ring finger down there, so this middle finger's having a break. So we've got that little sort of a C major 7 thing. Number 1, same string with the ring finger down there, which is that. Then, so we've got, so far, got the next little section of this bar. I'm going to add in, make it more regular A minor looking, the number 2 there on the G string, and bass note again. Here I'll probably just stick with my middle finger because he's already there on the G string from before, and then open B string. The first finger will fly off from before. So now we have this little sequence of losing fingers dancing around. So sort of following the tab and trying to maintain those finger positions as much as possible. Then there's sort of little weird thing here which is C related again. So the 2 and 3 in an open G string, the thumb, index, middle all together. And then I'm going to add my third finger here, which I'll call it an F sharp or fret 4. Probably just my index finger on that, sorry if I do it correctly. Just that one note there at the end of that. So it's like this little rundown melody section with these bass notes moving. So the whole thing again. That's number 4 on the end. So there's that section. Then the next bar is a little bit easy, but the chord shape's a little bit odd. So it is D, but we're not going to do the normal, what I call the D triangle shape. We're going to do it this way, which is what's called a triad. So on piano these shapes are really easy, but on guitar they're a little bit awkward. So to get a triad, the root, the 3rd and the 5th of the chord is this shape here. And so basically we're going to hit the root with my little finger on fret, I'm calling it fret 5 from the capo, and the 2 and the 4, or the 4 and the 2 from the capo with my index and middle. So thumb, 2 fingers there, plucking underneath. So there's 2 of those anyway. And so then we have 2 bars. Just practicing that awkward shape, but that's basically copying what the piano does, and it does sound quite cool because I don't hear many people playing that on guitar. Then the next section's sort of similar, but we're going to anticipate this one in ahead of the bass note. hang on to it, let everything ring out. So it's like the start, but just broken it up to 3 separate notes versus a pair together at the start. And again, same C with the dancing finger, A minor, from B string underneath there, then a slight change, C shape, plucking the 2 and the 3 with my thumb on my index, ring finger down the bottom hits the number 1 note on the tab there, little finger joins the party for number 3 under there, and I'm going to pluck that same string, of course, with my, oops, that's my ring finger there, so we've got happening, ring finger both times on the 1 and the 3 there. Then we're back to a little D triad thumb pair action. So the second half. Whoops, it's a little bit fiddly, got to practice that. I had to practice that to make that work smoothly. So the whole intro, which is also the chorus, is, whoops. Probably the hardest bit is getting that little finger to dance to that D triad thing, because he's got to lead the way, leading with the weakest link. So practicing that. So but that's that bit, which is very pretty. It sounds like a music box thing to me. So then we get into the verse, which is a little bit easier, based around the chords of A minor. So there's capo on here, C, G, and a D. But again, there's going to be little changes to, mainly to the D actually, the other ones are sort of regular. So first off, A minor anyway. Again, the tab is here popping up. So we've got basically pairs, and I'm going to index, middle, ring, sorry, index, no, thumb, index, middle, ring, I'll get that right. Thumb, index, middle, ring on those 4 strings. So I've got pairs that are separated. So this is thumb, middle with the 0, 2, and the index and the ring on the 2 1s. So there's that happening. If I'm being really precise, you've got a pair, a single bass note, and a pair. But that's okay, but you could do pair, 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 which is fine. C, bit easier, just normal C shape. Thumb and the index and middle together on the D, G strings right next to that, and that's pretty easy. G, you can jump straight up if you like, or you can do that, doesn't really matter. Same idea, but we've just shifted the plucking up the string, so that's pretty simple. The D, back to this triad thing again, so we're giving this little triad idea, which on guitar the D chord isn't the triad, but you have to go this way. So let's do it again. So I've got A minor, pairs, C, G, D. So that's probably actually the easiest bit of the tune on guitar if we're sticking to what the piano does. So there's 4 of those, goes round and round. The last time it just hits a single D, which you can do fret 5 there, or even easier, just hit a D string, as I mentioned there. So into the pre-chorus. So the chords here are A minor and D, like the chorus, but a little bit different in terms of the arrangement. So first off, we've got an A minor, regular shape. I'm going to go thumb on the bass and the 1 0 down the bottom. I'm probably going to use my middle and ring finger. So they're all together. These again, quarter notes, so it's slower, like the verse was slower, which I sort of mentioned. And then we've got those pairs. You could dance the thumb down if you like, which I'm probably going to do. So I've got that and the 1 2 with the gap thumb moving around. Now that's pretty easy. D, regular D shape for a little tiny bit, open D string and the pair down the bottom again. Those 2 guys on those strings. That thing happens. Then I'm going to do the 4 2 how we got before. Thumb on that D. So I'm trying to make everything ring out as much as possible as it would on the piano versus dancing, but I might cheat a bit later on and change that. But for here, definitely. Yeah, or if you're feeling ambitious, you could even go, whoops, which is a bit more awkward, but it makes everything ring out. But I'll probably just do this because it's easier and it's good enough. Alright, so then we move on to A minor again, but a bit more fancy now. So we're doing 8th notes, so a bit quicker, like the intro bit was quicker. And we're going to be having an A minor with a dancing little finger onto the C note on and off. So we have this thing. Again, now plucking wise, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, ring in the middle 4 on each middle 4 strings there. So we've got open 2, and then we're going to have my little finger in for this 3 string pluck and back to a single 2. So 0 2 3 strings 2 0 2 yeah, so I've got thing going, which is sort of, whoops, sort of cool there. Then we do a D version of that. So starting off with a regular D shape, we're going to dance. You can probably actually don't need the whole regular shape. We'll probably do that because we only need 3 strings here, 0, 2, and this guy here. So thumb on the D string now, index, middle down there. And I'm going to dance this finger here onto fret 4 on the D string, on and off. So a similar idea, but the D version. Whoops. So I got open to 3 strings 2, open to 3 strings 2. So we've now gone from this A, I'll probably do it correctly, A, the D version of that. And then we'll move on. A minor. Just going up and down as there. So thumb, index, pair down the bottom, index. 2 of them. D, same thing, but our thumb will just move to the D string now. D chord, of course. And back to A. So if you find those other bits we did just before that awkward, you could just do that for the entire pre-chorus and it works quite fine. And then the final bit is that D triad again. Gives you that sound that he gets on the piano. So I'll play the whole sequence of what we just did now. So pre-chorus is D, faster A, whoops, faster D, A, D, yeah. Then we're into the chorus, which we've done already because it's the same as the intro, so I won't go over that again. The only other bit that's different, sticking to what the piano does for guitar, is the coda, or the very, very end, which is basically based around, again, A minor and D, but there's a little variation in it. So this bit, maybe I'll play it first, is... So what I did then, the first half is almost the same as the intro / chorus, and then the end has this little melody rundown on top. So what's happening? We'll go over that again. So just like the intro, thumb and the 1 and the 0, again I'm dealing with these fingers doing those particular strings. And ring finger down the bottom there, so index, so thumb and middle 1 and then 0 is that way. The 2 finger C if you like, and the pair, the 2, 3, 0. One, so it's same as the beginning, basically this bar, the 0 and the 2, open B string there, the 2, 3 fingers 1 and 2, because then I want to add that number 4 into the mix as we did before. And again we're back to our pivoting around this finger here to the D thing, but up to this point now I'm going to go 4, 0, so I'm going to lose a finger and pluck the B string, so index, and I've got a space, so I'm going to use me ring finger, that guy, to give you that sound. So it's a sort of a D6 for theory nerds at home. Then the final bit is based on A minor, but the melody will change to a thumb and double 1 with the A string. So again, I'm just using my ring finger to do the B string stuff. And then we're doing the C with a 0, the pair there, 2s, which is then moved over to my middle finger. Then we've got the little C thing as before, the number 4, and then D. So that last bit. Yeah. So that's all the bits as you get through. But if you're finding that very fiddly, you can always just resort to just A's, A minor and D's, and just some basic strumming. But it's quite a cool arrangement to try and get those piano parts onto the guitar as they are in the Gary Jules version of Mad World. So good luck with that, and just watching the fingers and making sure you're plucking the right strings and the fingers are moving the right way. Subscribe to the Learning to Play the Guitar YouTube channel for more lessons, and don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications when I upload a new video. You can also check out my books and more guitar lessons at learningtoplaytheguitar.net. Thanks for watching and keep practicing.